People told me high-yield ETFs would blow up my portfolio. They said the income would dry up. They said I couldn't replace a full-time salary. 6 months in, my family hasn't had to change our budget by a single dollar. Let me show you the numbers. So 6 months ago, I walked away from a full-time night shift job I'd been doing for over a decade. And the bet I made was simple: that my dividend portfolio and my tech services business together could replace what I was earning before. Not eventually, but right now. Most people doing this type of content will tell you that they quit once they hit some magic number, $1 million, a certain withdrawal rate. I didn't do that. I quit with a $113,000 portfolio and a real monthly income target I had to hit to keep my family's life exactly the same. No fluff, no clickbait. This is my real account and real numbers. And this is the 6-month report. And I want to be upfront. I put out a video a couple of weeks ago diving deep into how HHIS ETFs specifically perform. This isn't that video. This is the bigger question. Did quitting actually work? Has my family had to sacrifice anything? I'm going to answer that today with actual data. Okay, here's the income. Here's what the income actually looked like month by month. And I'm not skipping the bad months. October, $9,600. That was the month that made me believe this was real. November, $4,100. Less than half. And yes, that stung a bit. December, $5,300. Better. Enough to breathe. January, $3,800. Honestly, the month I felt it the most. It was a cold month, high heating bills. That one was tight. February, $3,100. The lowest month. March, $3,200. Another low one, but the portfolio is still doing what I need it to do. April, $1,900 so far, and it's only the 17th. In fact, my phone is blowing up today with all the Yield Max distribution notifications as I film. So if you're looking at that and thinking, those numbers are all over the place, yeah, you're absolutely right. They are. And that's just covered call ETFs. That's the deal. The income is real, but it's not consistent the way a paycheck is consistent, especially a salaried employee paycheck. I was getting the exact same deposit every 2 weeks, like clockwork. And that matters a lot when you have a family depending on you. So then here's the question. Did any of those low months break us? Well, here's the thing nobody actually shows you. Not the income side. You can find all kinds of influencers sharing that. I'm talking about the spending side. $6,600 a month. That's what this family runs on. Groceries, mortgage, utilities, kids' activities, car, health coverage now that I'm self-employed, everything. I'm not going to pretend like we're minimalists. We live a pretty normal life. That number hasn't moved since I quit. Not by a single dollar. Now, look at the portfolio income months again. Most of those are well below that $3,600. So how exactly does that work? 2 ways. First, the months where dividends run above budget, the surplus goes back into the portfolio. Compound and repeat. Second, my tech services business exists. It's not passive income, it's active. I'm working for it, but it's there, and in the low months, it covers the gap. I actually treat it as my primary income, and I only withdraw from my portfolio to make up the difference between the tech business and the budget needs. I talk more about how I handle that in a video I made about my business account. I'll link it in the description and in that card there. Speaking of that tech business, I've just launched something I'm incredibly proud of, called the Digital Independence Masterclass. We talk a lot on this channel about building financial independence, but lately I've seen so many people in our community feel like they're losing their digital independence because technology is moving too fast. I built this specifically for the absolute beginner, to help you go from no knowledge to using an AI assistant for everyday tasks. It's all in plain English with a focus on safety. We're currently in the founders pre-order phase, and as a special thank you, why not Gold Plus members get Lesson 1 completely for free? For everyone else, I've put the link at the very top of the description. It's a huge part of the active income system I'm building, and I'd love for you to check it out. And hey, maybe you're not absolutely new to using AI. I have a feeling most of my audience here isn't. But maybe you're tired of trying to explain it to your parents or your grandparents. My Masterclass makes a great gift idea, and will save you from spending hours answering their question. Okay, let's get back to the dividends. Together, dividends plus business income. My family has not had to adjust a single line item in our budget since I left that job. Same spending, different source. That's what financial replacement actually looks like for us. It's not a highlight reel, it's the whole spreadsheet. Here's the calculation that keeps me grounded when a low month hits. My old job paid me $36.46 an hour. 12-hour shifts, nights, weekends, stat holidays, all of it. When I do the math on what I was trading per hour for that income, it didn't feel like a great deal. Right now, even in February, the worst month, if I divide the dividend income by the hours I spent managing this portfolio, almost zero if it wasn't for sharing it on YouTube like this, I'm still ahead on the hourly rate. And I get to sleep at night like a normal human being is supposed to. That's not me bragging. That's just the math that makes a low dividend month feel manageable instead of terrifying. All right, real talk time. Could this fall apart? Yeah, it absolutely could. If my portfolio dropped significantly in value, and the distributions got cut at the same time, and my tech business had a bad quarter all at once, that would hurt. I'd have to make changes. But here's how I think about risk. My old job could lay me off. The company could shut down. I could get sick. There's no such thing as risk-free income. The question is whether you can see the risks clearly and manage around them. I can see mine. I track my income versus my monthly budget. I always keep the next few months' worth of expenses liquid, and I plan ahead for things like taxes. I'm trying to take all the steps to do this right. I'm also not done building yet. This isn't the destination. It's a system I'm still creating and optimizing. So what does the next 6 months look like? The big goal right now is getting my HHIS position to a point where it's generating $1,000 a month on its own. That one fund, that one target. Progress toward that is going to show up in every monthly update here. I'm also shifting the portfolio composition, moving away from some of the more volatile high yield funds like my yield max positions, and I'm building in more stability. Not because the strategy is broken, but because I want to sleep better in months like February. And I'll keep tracking the budget side as well, not just the income, because that's the real scorecard. As long as our family's life doesn't change, that's my win condition. 6 months in, we're still winning. If you want to follow along with that in real time, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I put out a new video every week. Shorts tracking the weekly income, and a long form like this every 2 weeks, going deeper into what's actually happening. Drop a comment and let me know. What would it take for you to feel confident enough to walk away from a job? I read every comment that's left. Let's build together.